Hi everyone, Cactus Clouds Art here. I officially started my urban sketching project. The point of the project being that I've gained a lot of anxiety doing stuff in public places and being perceived. This fall, I'm finding myself in downtown Tucson one day a week and decided to take my art supplies and do urban sketching. This week was week 1. And this is the bag that I took. I have several different bags and things that I'm going to be testing out and trying. I've had a few products sent to me, but this one is my go-to everyday art bag. And so for day 1, since we're dealing with anxiety, I decided for day 1, I'm not going to do any product stuff, no product reviews, and just take my everyday supplies that I've really gotten into the habit of taking with myself everywhere I go, and to work with these because I'm comfortable with them. So my thinking is, if you have anxiety and you're trying something new, do everything that you can to make yourself feel comfortable and safe. And that means doing things that make you comfortable, which is using your favorite things, wearing clothes that are comfortable, whatever that looks like. So this is my everyday bag. I take it with me everywhere. It is by Soolla, Soolla, and I'm an affiliate for Soolla. I don't do affiliations and brand things very often, and I don't have like an affiliate link for a lot of companies, but I really love this bag and the other bag that they have, and so I am an affiliate for them. So I do have a link that I can add to this if you're like in love with this bag by the time I'm done showing it to you, like I was. I just really, really love it. So today I want to just empty it out and show you everything that I am carrying in here. This bag comes with 2 little loops. It doesn't come with a bag strap, just the loops, so you can get whatever strap you want. This strap was actually from their, I have a white dog, a new white dog we adopted. So there's white hair on everything. She's great. We love her. But this is just I don't know, just an everyday strap. I put the strap on here and I use it like a purse a lot. So let's just go ahead and get into this bag. I'm going to empty it out and I'm going to show you everything that I carried with me on my first plein air sketching outing. I didn't pack this specifically for the outing. Everything that's in here is things that I've stuck in here over the last, 6 months maybe, that I have taken this bag out to do different things and I've stuck things in there, and it has enough space that a lot of them have just stayed. So this is not packed to be tailored for what I was doing yesterday. It's kind of grown over the last few months of just taking it with me pretty much everywhere I go. It can fit in my purse. So sometimes I take these straps off and I just stick it in my purse. And I really love that I can turn it into a purse, or I can put it in my purse. I like that flexibility. Okay, so let's get into everything that I have in this bag and going on with it. So first of all, we have the purse strap. So yesterday I had it in my backpack. But I put the purse strap on it when I went out this morning. I have clay, there's clay on it. So this was actually added on this morning. Yesterday I had it in my backpack. Okay, what else? I have here a keychain from Bratty X Brie that has a bone tool for carving zines. It says zines, it has a little dagger and a weird little baby. And I actually have used this quite a bit out and about. I've even used this little knife pendant to like open things. So this is a pretty good, cute little thing. Then I have this keychain. I'll have to tag the creator because I can't remember her name right offhand. But I love her frogs and I love her Hot Chippies frog. So I got this keychain from her and a bunch of stickers, and then I made these little beads. to add on to it because my kid and I were making keychains one day, so I added that. And then last keychain, I actually really love that I was able to hook this keychain to my Esterbrook clip. So this clip was sent to me by Esterbrook. They've sent me a couple different things over the last, I don't know, year or so. And these clips are really, really sturdy and I really like them. They're not gonna break on you. And I put these keychains I made, I have 1 or 2 left in my shop actually. But these keychains have a functional watercolor palette with professional grade watercolors. And I have used this, I've taken it out and I've used it to make art, make tiny art out and about. So this one says make more art, and then I clipped it onto this clip. And I actually really like it because then when I use this clip on the sketchbook, it's like cute. It makes me happy. Okay, then pins. I have this little Pikachu pin I got, I don't know, maybe a decade ago. I have no idea where I got that from. And then another functional watercolor palette that I made into pins. I have a couple of these left in my online store. Then I have lead for my pencil, little scissors. It's so handy to have little scissors. I use them way more often than I would have thought. A white gel pen, and this is a newish to me pen. It's from Wordsworth and Black, and it's not a wildly expensive fountain pen, but I really loved the rainbow nib. And I just have like a regular fountain pen ink cartridge in here. It's not waterproof or anything. Okay, and then we have these pockets in the front. So in these pockets, I have Gravy acrylic fine point pens, acrylic pens, yeah. So I have gold and silver, and I really like these because they are very metallic. I really love the metallic acrylic paint pens from Gravy. They're great. I have Ava Viva watercolors. This is their summer set. They just came out with it this summer. I did a video recently just kind of going through the colors that they have in this set that you can see on my feed somewhere. So there's some fun colors in there. If you're not familiar with Viviva colors, these are watercolors and you just add water. There's even a mixing thing in the back. This is all like laminated, so you can mix watercolors on it. And you can just slip it in your pocket. You can slip it in, you know, it hardly takes up any space. So I love having a set of these. I have a pencil. Anything else in these pockets? Sometimes things end up in here and they get lost. A Silly Goose license to be super duper silly. Endorsements. This license permits all silliness, goofiness, horsing around, and playful honking. Honk. Restrictions. Being serious, any kind of accounting work. A friend gave this to me, and I was out when she gave it to me, and it's lived in this bag ever since. Okay, so those pockets are now empty. On the back, there's more pockets, and then a big pocket. So I have in this pocket emotional support googly eyes, and this is just a bag of googly eyes you can stick on stuff while you're out and about, which I find delightful. I have my Graph Gear 0.7 Pentel mechanical pencil, which I love, and then a Sharpie. I always keep a fine point Sharpie with me because people sometimes find me in public and ask me to sign their copy of my book. I've had that happen at some different events before, and it makes me really happy. And so I keep a Sharpie in my bag just in case somebody approaches me so that I can be prepared for that. And we have a couple more clips. I can't say enough for keeping a few clips on you when you're working with Sketchbook. And then this pocket is really big. I like this pocket. So I have a nice big, this one's kind of fresh, I just used it yesterday, wad of paper towels for watercoloring. I keep a pack of wet ones. I love having wipes because I'm a mom And I got so used to having baby wipes everywhere that I went that they became part of like my everyday, like wiping down my hands or my steering wheel or whatever as I'm out and about. But I find having a pack of these in my art set is really great because you never know when you're accidentally going to spill some watercolors on a coffee shop table, or if you're going to need to, you know, change the ink on your pen and it gets on your fingers. So having this pack, it gets used all the time. What else? I have just some random, oh, this was from, this is from a third space in Tucson called Celestia, and every Tuesday they do To-Do Tuesday. And when you order your drink, if you tell them what your goal is while you're there, then they'll write it down for you. And if you finish your goal while you are in the shop, then they give you a sticker and you get to pick a prize. So I've done that a few times. I'm planning on doing that when I get into school. This came with something that I ordered from an artist, and I kept it in here because I was using it to put between pages. So you can see that I was using alcohol ink or something, and I just stuck it between the pages. This is from Meredith Hoagie. It was from her giant sticker book, but it's just good cardstock, and I had it on my desk when I needed it, and so I stuck it in here, and I've used it to protect pages from bleeding. I have, oh, a cool sticker of a slot canyon. Probably pick that up somewhere. Some random scratch papers, always handy to have. Okay, that one's empty. Okay, so, oh, it looks so bare now, and we haven't even gotten to the inside yet. So it has this, the zipper is great. The zipper has never gotten stuck on me so far. Very good quality. I love, like, it sounds silly, but when there's a good zipper, it makes a difference. Okay, I'm just pushing these out so that they'll stay open a little bit. One of my favorite things about this bag is that it fits your sketchbook, and I think it can fit an A5 notebook as well. So this is my sketchbook I'm using right now. It is from Arteza. Yeah, Arteza is the brand. It's a watercolor sketchbook. I bought it in a pack of 3, and I did not like the, I don't know if you can see, the beige cover. So I made a cover for it with holographic lamination sheets and scrapbook paper, and, you know, just a little sneak peek into the sketchbook. It has a little ribbon. It's just, you know, nothing fancy. It has a little pocket in the back. It has this thing that I'm not using because it messes up my cover. I think it's 5x5, and this is the one that I'm using on an everyday basis. I use it when I'm at home. I use it when I'm out and about, and I love the cover that I made. It makes me very happy. Little kitties and little guys. So that's what I've got for the sketchbook. I have also my tiny sketchbook that I love taking this when I go traveling. Like I did this painting in Sedona. And I bound this one myself with just paper that I tore. So cheap paper and just a little leather scrap. So I have a couple of these that I've made, and I really like having this in here. This is my Esterbrook SD. It's the Sweet Dreams colorway. I have the medium nib on here, so it puts out a lot of ink in one stroke, and it makes a nice bold line. And I just have a regular standard ink refill in this, nothing fancy, but I love this one because it has glitter on it. We love some glitter. And then my favorite Esterbrook pen is the Niblet. This is the pocket pen. It's really, really small, and I think this one's called Sea Glass. And then this can screw on this way, so it gets a little longer when you need to write with it. I have been using a waterproof ink for watercolor sketching. Platinum carbon ink is what I have in here right now. And I'm still learning how to fill and care for fountain pens from an inkwell. But this is what I have in here. I don't know a ton about fountain pens, but I hear that the issue with using pigment ink in fountain pens is that the pigment can clog up the fountain, or can clog up the nib. So this ink was suggested to me by another YouTuber that does plein air sketching all the time. She said it's her favorite. And so far I've found that if I use the pen about every 4 days, then it doesn't dry up. So there was one day I think I didn't draw for about a week and it was dry. And so what I did was I just used one of my watercolor pens and I literally just brushed the nib and it activated everything and got it working just back to normal. So this is my favorite pen for sketching right now. I have the fine point nib on here and I've been testing out using the carbon ink with watercolor and it does not bleed. All those drawings that you just saw were with this ink that I watercolored over. And so yeah, this fine point is my favorite right now. And I named my D&D character after it because she's a little tiny gnome and her name is Niblet. And it was just because they sent me this pen the week that I made my character. And so I was like, what do I name her? I have an idea. Let's see, it looks like we have some garbage. A watercolor palette. I pretty much always keep a watercolor palette on me. If I have a sketchbook, I have a watercolor palette. And usually they're Prima Marketing, what are they called? Art Philosophy Co. Watercolor Confections is what the palettes are called. And this one's one of my favorites. I think this is the first Art Philosophy Co. palette that I ever got. This is the Tropicals palette. I like the Tropicals palette because it has 3 different greens. It has a cool green, a warm green, and then like a earthy green. And then it has 2 different pinks, and pinks and purples can be hard to find, so I really like that. So it has like a standard rainbow, a couple different shades of brown, and then I added this blue because I just really like it. But I used this yesterday in my plein air painting, and I used the mixing palettes. It also has a little ring, so if that helps you to hold on to it, that's great. And then pens. We have a standard ballpoint pen, and I have the, a set. I think this was just a random collection that I grabbed out of my jar. So I have 005, 01, 03, 05, and 08 microns. And I just always love having microns on me. They're also, my kids use them, so sometimes if we end up sketching together, my kids will use these. These are also waterproof, and so they're great for drawing with, and I have a groove with them. I love drawing with them. I have 2 watercolor brushes. So they're 2 different sizes. So I have like a fine point and a medium point, 2 round brushes. Round brushes are my standard that I work with. They come in flat brushes and things, but I just love working with round brushes. So I have 2 of these, and then last one is this Pigma. I don't remember what they're called, but this is the Sakura Pigma. And are they the Fude? I don't remember, but they are like a brush pen. This one's the fine one. I also have the medium and the large. I don't remember what they're called, but I stuck this one in there recently because I was using it for something specific. Then I have this. I love this thing. It came in a compact watercolor set that I wasn't actually crazy about the palette or the paints, but I loved this little water jar. So I use this to refill these regularly. And so I love having water in here. I keep it in here all the time. It doesn't take up that much space. So big fan of that. And then this is my newest thing that I acquired, is this kneaded eraser from Daiso. And it looks like a soda. It's like a juice soda thing. And then it's a kneaded eraser, and it's a really, really good eraser. It works great, and it smells like grape, which is great because we love having some whimsy. So, and I like that it comes in this thing because I always buy kneaded erasers and they don't come in anything. And so like this is the one that I usually keep this kneaded eraser in the bag, But if my bag gets left in the car, this thing gets all melty and it sticks to everything. And I just wish that it had a case. And so I like this one that it has a case because it's so hot here. And then I think the last two things is I have an Elmer's glue stick. You never know when you're gonna need that. And then I have this silly eraser that has a roller that picks up the eraser shreds. So I have these two things in there. And I think, oh, the last thing I have is just a couple of fountain pen ink refills that I keep in this little bag down there. And that's the last thing. Now it's empty. Let's take a look at the amount of stuff that I fit in it. So let's just, let's just scooch everything back over here so we can appreciate and I didn't even have all of the pockets filled. This is everything that fits in this little bag. That's all the stuff that I took in my first plein air drawing excursion. I'll show you what I drew while I was out. This is what I drew while I was out. So I used, out of all of this stuff, I used my clips. I used my 2 clips to clip open the book. I used my niblet pen. I used my fine point aqua brush. And I used my watercolors. I had all this extra stuff in case a different idea struck me. And yeah, so that's what I made yesterday. I will be back out again next week. And maybe I'll take this bag, maybe I'll take one of the other bags that I have to try out. But this one just fits so much. It fits so much stuff. A lot of the things that I have in here are space friendly, like the Viviva watercolor palette, obviously very space friendly. This palette, very small. I have my miniature sketchbook, very small. The niblet is the pocket size pen. What else is itty bitty? I have my miniature bone tool. So a lot of the stuff that I use regularly is tiny. And then like my tiny watercolor palette, very small. And so, but like also a lot of the stuff in here are full size, I have a lot of full size things and they all fit in here. So I'm a fan, I like it. Thanks for joining me. This bag is by Soolla. And if you're interested in checking one out, they also have a big full size one that can carry 25 pounds of clay in it. And I'm a big fan of that one too. I will put my affiliate link on the bottom. If you're like, wow, that's amazing, I want one too. Then I'll put that in the info. This was a very good first plein air outing. This is all the stuff that I took. I only used a little bit of it. But I love having the space and the capability and the ease to take things so that if I was struck by a different idea or I wanted to do something different, I had a few options. I really love being able to take all the things that I like and having options, or being able to have materials to share with friends or my kids. That's what I did. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye. And I don't know if I'm gonna speed this up or do it normal pace, but let's repack the bag. There it is. Okay, bye.